She lives her life out of order, but she found her happy ending. At the end of the day, I think that's what everybody's trying to do in life. If you ask Riley in your morning show, you ask, Eric asks for you, Riley answers. Good morning, Eric.
Good morning.
What's today's question, sir?
Hey, Riley.
Hi.
I know you were a single mom before meeting Marshall, and if memory serves me, you guys didn't wait long to move in together. I have an 8-year-old son, and I've been with my boyfriend for about 7 months. He really clicks with my kid, and I think it may be time to move in together because we seem to be on the same page about our future. Any advice you can give? Love y'all, my man.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, well, so Marshall and I got engaged in 6 months. He met Lyric, I want to say 2 months into our relationship. And then we moved Marshall in, I think, at like 4.5 months. Wow. So it seems like, we moved really fast.
But didn't he have his own place, too?
He did. He had his own house. He had his own space. It just, we lived 45 minutes apart. And it just, he was there constantly and all the time. So it kind of naturally progressed into, okay, well, I'll just move my stuff here. And then it was like, we want to be together always. So why are we going to do this back and forth? When it came to Lyric, it was also the space where Lyric was obsessed with him. Like how I knew personally that it was okay for Marshall to kind of move in and be in our home and our space and every day was when Lyric would cry when he would leave. Anytime Marshall would leave, he would cry, he would sit at the window. And at that point, I was like, oh God, like I better make this one the one or I'm going to be the one on the odd man out. I mean, all jokes aside, I definitely think as a mom, you know when somebody is a good egg or not. Like that was one thing that motherhood did give me the ability to do for the most part when it came to progressing with people. Like sure, I still dated a bunch of yahoos, but when it came to meeting and being around and being a big part of my son's life, I was like, there will be no question that you are a really good human. Yeah. So 7 months in the grand scheme of things may seem just like a minuscule timeline, but you've been a mom for 8 years, longer than I've been a mom. So I think instincts are a really good precursor to things. But I also think you know to have a little convo with your kid. Because at 8 years old, you know, they're forming their own little beings. They're their own persons. They say you really only have like 6 years to form your kid into who they're going to be, which is scary AF. But
damn, that sucks.
Right? So at 8 years old, I think you should have a conversation with your kid and make sure they are completely comfortable with the situation as well. Because if your son is not comfortable with it, that's setting off their relationship in a negative light from jump. So there's a couple of factors in there, but I think it's okay to trust your gut even though it's been a short amount of time. But if you have a conversation with your son and he's not agreeing to it, I would maybe give it some more time. But I think your son's opinion is one of the most important in the whole situation because it affects him the most. So I just think that don't worry about what other people are saying. You guys have to all, like you said, be on the same page and move forward with what everybody internally is comfy with. Because there's always outside people just me. It's been such a short amount of time. I wouldn't be married right now if I listened to that. And I'm not saying my quickie way is the way for everyone, because as we know, I have had some weird twists and turns in my life. But I think it doesn't sound too outlandish to know somebody's a good egg and want to move forward with that.
I agree. And it worked. Obviously, that worked out for your family. So I think that's important. If you have a question for Ask Riley, you can slide in those DMs at Riley Couture. It's your morning show.